Hello there, my friends, and thank you so much for tuning in with me here today as we take a look at the cosmic energies showing up this weekend. Of course, how we can utilize the power of the energies to support our journeys in spiritual awakening, healing, and empowerment. Let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back, my friends. My name is Carrie Konyha. If you're new here, I'm a professional psychic reader, shamanic energy healing practitioner, and soul guide in Sedona, Arizona. Here on my channel, we explore all things having to do with the expansion of consciousness, spiritual awakening, healing, and empowerment. So if you're into that type of thing, you're definitely in the right place. Maybe take a moment to go ahead and hit the subscribe button right away so that you don't miss out on future content. Okay, so today we're looking at the astrological energies that are showing up this week. We've got the full moon happening today as I'm recording this in the sign of Capricorn. So we're going to talk about that. But first, let me just take a moment to share what the overarching energetic themes are for July in general. So July is all about engaging in positive and nurturing activities. It's connected to the energy of creativity, inventiveness. It's also about successful energies. It's enjoyment. It's about growth and wisdom. And so everything that we're looking at today is going to be in regard to how do we harness the power of the cosmic energies to support these bigger picture themes that we have to play with here in July. Okay, so first, the full moon happening in the sign of Capricorn at 11 degrees. The first thing that I want to say here is for those of you who like to learn about astrology, as a little reminder, the moon represents our inner state of being, our sensing, feeling state of being, our internal private world. And when the moon is in Capricorn, it can give us a little bit more of a pragmatic approach to our endeavors. Now, this particular full moon is considered a supermoon, which means it's closer to the earth, which intensifies the magnetic energy that we are impacted by with this particular full moon. But being in an earthy, pragmatic sign of Capricorn, it enables us to, sort of review and take a practical approach to where we're at with ourselves right now. We are exactly in the middle of the year. So the energy right now with the full moon in Capricorn is naturally conducive to us being able to do a pragmatic review, a realistic review of where we're at with ourselves right now regarding the intentions we set for ourselves at the beginning of the year. Because we're halfway through the year and we've got this pragmatic energy around this full moon, great time to just give yourself a realistic, practical assessment, a reminder of also what your goals were to begin with, noticing where you're at with them now, and being able to put some revitalized ambition into those goals. So this full moon is happening opposite the sun, which happens every full moon. It's also opposing Mercury and the fixed star Sirius. And the sun, Mercury, and Sirius are in Cancer. So let's talk about this for a minute. Okay, the sun, Mercury, and Sirius are all in a relative conjunction, alignment with each other, opposing the full moon. I'm going to talk about the sun, Mercury, and Sirius here for a moment, because I feel like it's key to what the big messages are that are coming through for us this week. So the sun, let's remember, is our self-expression, it's our self-identity, it's our sort of vitalization that we carry forward into life, in addition to the rising sign. Mercury is connected to awareness, thoughts, concepts, ideas, communication. And the fixed star Sirius right now is making its annual conjunction to the sun. It happens every year around this time. Mercury is in the mix this time as well. So Sirius is considered to be a fixed star in which we gain vitality of our spiritual bodies. It's connected to higher consciousness. It's connected to spiritual nobility, so to speak. It's connected to royalness. It's connected to higher cosmic awareness. We can see the star Sirius as being almost a combination of the energy between Jupiter and Mars. So it's electric, it's motivating, it's expansive, it's illuminating, it's inspiring energy. And with the moon opposing the sun, and then the fixed star Sirius, which is sometimes considered to be our spiritual sun, and Mercury, to me, this is like a big jolt of activation that supports us in having a deep remembrance of who we truly are as beings of light, as eternal souls. And with some of the other aspects that are happening this week, it feels like this message that I'm getting intuitively about remembering who we are, and this conjunction between the sun, Mercury, and Sirius enabling that is also going to be the key that unlocks our ability to have deeper healing around any wounds or traumas that maybe have been being triggered lately. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes here. But first, let me say that we also have both the sun and the moon making positive aspects to the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet that's connected to growth, expansion, and it's in the sign of Taurus right now. Taurus is connected to things that have to do with our values, our possessions, things that support us in feeling secure and stable. It's about foundations for growth as well. It's also about aesthetics, harmony, beauty, because it's ruled by Venus. So while the sun and the moon are both making these positive aspects, the sun is making a sextile aspect to Jupiter and the moon is making a trine aspect to Jupiter. This also is illuminating our awareness and activating our sensing feeling body in regard to how we're feeling compelled to grow towards whatever is coming up for us regarding our values, our ambitions. With Taurus, it's also manifestation energy because Taurus is an earth sign. And so we have this renewed incentive and inspiration in nurturing whatever our growth goals are right now. Not only for this week, but I really feel that this theme is going to be trickling through the entire month. So be aware of, okay, what are my growth goals right now? Whether those are internal goals of internal growth or things that you're intending on manifesting, doing a little recalibration, reassessing, and moving forward from here. And then Jupiter is supporting that energy big time. Now, going back to what I was saying about the healing, this is because both the sun and the moon are squaring Chiron. Chiron is an asteroid that has to do with our core wounds and healing our core wounds. And the squares, again, are little challenging checkpoints. So with the sun and the moon squaring Chiron, it's like, okay, we have all of this exuberant growth-oriented energy, but in order to maximize the potential of that energy, we need to be aware of what is coming up for healing. And with the square to Chiron, for sure, things are coming up. We don't have to go searching for it. We already can sense. If you just take some, a moment to connect with yourself, you'll be able to feel into what's coming up as a trigger that is connected to an old wound that I haven't completely healed yet, what's coming up in my life right now that is somewhat triggering or bringing some type of trauma, and being present with it, holding space for healing. Within the next 24 hours after the full moon, the moon is going to be passing over Pluto. Pluto is alchemy, it's transformation. And so this is further supporting the sun moon square to Chiron in offering us opportunities to have big breakthroughs of healing. And this is where I'm looping it back around to that message that I'm getting about remember who we are. Our gateway to healing this week, and I would say for the rest of this lunar cycle until we get to the next new moon in a few weeks. Let this be your mantra, or let it be in your awareness. I'm remembering who I am. Now, astrologically speaking, let me share with you some insights as to how. How do I remember who I am? Look at your sun sign, look at your moon sign, look at your rising sign, especially your rising sign, because your rising sign is how you personally greet the world. It has a lot to do with how you put your energy forward in life. So studying the energies around your personal rising sign. Of course, in order to know your rising sign, you have to know your exact time of birth. If you don't have your astrology chart already, you can get it for free on astro.com. You just have to know your exact birth time. If you don't have your exact birth time, there are ways to rectify that chart and gain like a better estimate of it. If you need help with that, you can always reach out and book a reading with me. But studying your rising sign and remembering, this is what's going to help you to remember, oh yeah, these are the qualities that I deeply embody within me, that I enjoy leading myself with through life. The rising sign, and then again, the sun sign is your self-identity, your self-expression. And then the moon has more to do with the sensing, feeling, emotional, psycho-spiritual level of you. But in the realm of motivation, study the energy of your rising sign as a specific tool in remembering who you truly are. Okay, now I'm going to tie this into the mix here because this is coming up in just a few weeks, right around when we have the next new moon in 2 weeks from now. The nodes are changing signs. They change signs about every 18 months, but it takes 18 and a half to 19 years for the nodes to make it through the entire zodiac. So right now, the nodes are getting ready to move into Aries. The North Node will be in Aries. The South Node will be in Libra. I am going to make a specific video about that because it's significant. But here, let me just say that collectively, this is going to be a boost of renewed energy for all of us. What you can do is look to see where the Aries and the Libra sections of your chart are, what houses those fall in, and that will give you a personal idea as to uniquely to you how this is going to be activating new potentials for growth. The North Node is all about activating new pathways, new experiences that are meant to give you a little bit of a stretch into your growth. If you have Aries North Node in your natal chart and Libra South Node like me, then this is going to be a return, a nodal return for you, which is going to be even more impactful in the way of, a whole new path opening up for you. For those of you who do have natally your nodes in North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra, pay attention to what you were doing about 18 and a half, 19 years ago. What was new for you that was showing up? Let me know in the comments below. What was new for you that was showing up for you 18 and a half to 19 years ago if you're having your nodal return? And it'll be interesting to see how it shows up for you in the next few weeks. Personally, I'm super excited because I do have that. And the last time the nodes were in my natal positions is right after I moved here to Sedona, which was like a huge life altering thing for me in my life, a positive thing. And here I am 19, 20 years later, still here. Anyway, be on the lookout for the video that I upload about that within the next week here. This week, the mantra, remember who I am. Study your rising sign, study your sun sign, and remembering your radiance and exuberance, your natural qualities along those lines is a good pathway to healing. We can't really heal by staying focused on the woundedness, is what I'm trying to say. And I feel that that's something that some of us get stuck in. Well, I have this wound, or I have this trauma, or I have this thing, or this is going on. Staying focused on that is not going to bring your healing. What's going to bring your healing is remembering your radiance, remembering your exuberance, remembering all of the amazing positive qualities that you were born into the world with before you ever had any woundedness. And that is our homework for this week, okay? Now, I did go ahead and pull 3 cards before I started the video as sort of a collective reading for all of us so that I would just have the cards set and ready. And the cards that came up, I'm working with my Light Seers Tarot deck again today. I'm loving this deck. Oh my gosh, I got it like 2 weeks ago and I've been using it every day. So the cards that came up for us collectively about the energy, not only for this week, but really for the entire month of July. We have the 4 of Wands, right? So this is creative energy. It's being out, celebrating life, enjoying summer. We're still in Cancer season right now, but we're going to be coming into Leo season at the end of this month. And this energy is, definitely a match to that. Wands relate to the element of fire. It's our passions, our enthusiasms, our exuberances. And this is what we're all collectively being invited to embrace right now as a part of, shifting back into vitalization, empowered living. And then the 3 of Pentacles is coming up. Now, I saw this as being connected to the full moon in Capricorn in the way that we're all having this collective inspiration to reconsider where we're at regarding our growth goals and to, have that incentive and motivation and inspiration to put that next wave of energy into what we're intending on experiencing and crafting and creating. And the 3 of Pentacles is very much about that. It's honing your skills, being crafty, being creative, being productively engaged in the skills that you know that you need to be applying in your life in order to succeed in experiencing or creating or manifesting what those growth goals are. And then the 5 of Pentacles came up as well. Now, when I see this card can be very much about lack consciousness, but the message that I'm getting for us collectively, we're the ones keeping us in that space. Fear of lack, worry about lack, experience of any type of lack, any type of feeling of separateness or isolation. We have to remember we're the ones keeping us in that position, right? Through our feelings, through our vibration, through our point of view, through our thinking. And we have the ability to change those things, but we are the only ones that can do that. We are the only ones that can have honest self-reflection about our mindset and our vibrational frequency and honest self-reflection of what's working for us or not. And we have the ability to choose a new pathway of thinking, a new pathway of feeling. And again, the way that we can do that is remembering to get back on track with embodying the high vibration qualities of your rising sign and your sun sign. Okay, guys, all my love, I'm going to wrap it up there. Love you, and I will see you all real soon in the next video. Blessings. Namaste.